Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back in. Today we are going to be ranking every MLB team as overrated or underrated. We did this last year, about last June. A lot of people watched it, a lot of people liked it, so we're going to go ahead and do it again. If you like the video, remember to leave a like as well as subscribe. Truly would appreciate it. There's a ton of really nice merchandise down in the store. It's in the description of every video. Love you guys, and let's hear a word from our sponsor. A special thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Private Internet Access. A virtual private network, or a VPN, is an app that hides your IP address and safeguards your internet connection through an encrypted tunnel. Watching Century 17 videos without PIA is like tuning on a 24/7 coverage, but you can only follow a fraction of the news. Private Internet Access is the world's most transparent VPN provider with over 30 million downloads. They never record or store user data. This VPN works with all major streaming services as well, and it is available in all platforms. You can also protect an unlimited amount of devices at the same time. Plus, setting up a connection and establishing a server is super easy. By using the link in the description, viewers can grab 83% off discount. Yes, 83%. Plus 4 extra months free by using the link in the description. It's risk-free and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. And 24/7 customer support is always available. So again, use the link in the description to get 83% off and 4 free months of PIA. And special thanks to Private Internet Access for sponsoring today's video. Back here at the tier list, and it looks a little bit different. We have the overrated, underrated, and nice, or just like properly rated. And then these are like slightly towards overrated. And you get the idea. I'm going to be doing this for players next week as well, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Starting out with the Arizona Diamondbacks, this team made the World Series last year, and they didn't have a very good record. Probably one of the worst teams to ever make the World Series, and they got smacked. We saw that. I think they're slightly overrated, man. They did make a lot of nice offseason acquisitions. They've gotten off to a bad start. Corbin Carroll hasn't been himself. He's starting to heat up a little bit this past week. Overall, I don't think the Snakes are as good as everyone thinks that they are. Probably around like 80 to 85 wins is probably their ceiling, to be honest. I don't really know why. It's probably because they have a couple of like overrated younger players. I think the Braves are just properly rated at this point. They're a wagon. They're a little bit injured now and they're still doing what they're doing, so I think we could put them, if anything, honestly, they might be even slightly underrated, which is crazy because they're like probably the best team regarded coming in. I think the Royals are starting to get their love, if anything, slightly underrated. I think the national media is kind of all over them now, though. Like, they've got a full team of just homegrown talent. Ryan O'Hearn's like the only one who wasn't, and he's like from the Royals farm system, so good player development in Baltimore. Red Sox a little bit underrated, especially by me. I did not like this team coming into this year. Their starting pitching has been good. In fact, their starting pitching has been like the best in baseball. Trevor Story's out for the year. Their lineup's still doing fine. Tyler O'Neill's been a nice pickup. This Red Sox seems kind of underrated because like guys like me, like we didn't like this team coming in. I think the Cubs are properly rated. People knew about what they were going to be. This year they've gotten off to a pretty decent start. Even some underperforming players like Bellinger hasn't really fully gone. Imanaga's been great. Love him. Think he probably is going to win the Rookie of the Year. We'll see. Him and Yamamoto probably duking it out. Yeah, I think they're about what we thought they'd be. I think this White Sox team just goes in properly rated. They're horrible. Oh, man. They're a tough watch. Ooh, the Reds. I think this Reds team might be super overrated. I am going to put it there. The Ellie hype is real. Ellie's been really good. No one else is hitting for this team. Their pitching's been fine. Each of them have an ERA in the 3s, I think, as of a couple days ago. But dude, this hitting, which is supposed to be like their part of their lineup, or the part of their team that's great, is just not going right now. Not having McClain, and Friedel just came back, but not having him to really hurt them. Guardians going to underrated. I also thought this team was going to be horrible this year, but Stephen Vogt working some magic there somehow. Yeah, underrated for sure. They're having a lot better start to a year than I thought they would. They had like the best record in baseball until like probably a week ago. Rockies, earlier today, they completed a sweep of the Rangers. How about it? I think they go on properly rated. They're just not very good at all. I like Brenton Doyle, though. He was like, dude, did you see the Bleacher Report center fielder power rankings? I think that was a joke. I think Tigers probably going properly rated as well. People thought they'd be right around where they are again this year. People thought they'd take a step up. Tariq Skubbal's really lived up to the hype. Riley Green's been like really good for this team. I want Torkelson to go because he's just like the guy who they need most. Yeah, they're a pretty mid team, and like I think it's about where everyone thought they'd be. Ooh, Houston, man. They've had a bad start to the year, and they might have a fire sale if they don't turn it around. I'm going to put in slightly overrated. I think that they, even before the year, were slightly overrated because I think their pitching staff was overrated. I did not like their pitching staff. I thought they underperformed last year. I said myself, I did not think their pitching staff was going to have a good year. It is definitely the lineup that's hurting them right now, though. Royals a little underrated. They're kind of were like the Tigers in like the hype, if you will, but like to a little bit lesser of an extent. Royals have had a nice start to the year. They're right around 500. Excuse me. Lugo's been good for them. Bobby Witt's just a stud. I think Angels, honestly, by me, are probably a little bit overrated. I kind of like pieces in their lineup. Like I'm a Logan O'Hoppe lover. Don't. Mike Trout's not in that lineup, and they just look bad. Dodgers going properly rated. They're what everyone thought they were going to be. Like, if anything, they're underrated. Dude, this team is off to a ridiculous pace. Miami's overrated because last year I knew they'd be super overrated coming into the year because I knew that they weren't good even though they made the playoffs. Had a walk-off win today against the Phillies, but they've been losing a lot. They're like 11-30 right now. They're on pace for like 48 wins. It's just not going to cut it. Brewers are very underrated. This team is just kind of like sneaky good this year. Rhys Hoskins went over there. My favorite player, by the way. Rhys Hoskins went over there. He's kind of like brought them new life almost. Younger team. You got Yelly and Rhys there to be the veterans. And now like I don't even know how to describe it. They're kind of just like, they're like the pesky little kids who just like never go away. Mets probably going like properly rated, I guess. They're just also not very good. A lot of holes. Like their offense has just been horrid. I think Yankees go in properly rated. Everyone knows they were going to be a contender. I don't think anyone thought they were going to be like, I don't think anyone thought they were the clear 1-1 in the AL East, but they're close. They're in contention for it. A's, bro, they're playing nice baseball. I got to be honest. I'm going to put them in a little bit underrated. I like this for the players. I hate it for the owners because we want them to do better, you know. But for the players' sake, I like that they're doing better this year. Playing decent baseball. And dude, what's the guy's name at the back end of the bullpen? He's gross. Phillies, I think they have to go in properly rated. Again, if anything, they're a little bit underrated. Best record in baseball as of right now. Pitching staff is just ridiculous. Zach Wheeler had a bad start today, but his ERA is still like 2.5 or whatever. Ranger Suarez just does not stop. Taijuan Walker's our worst starter, and he just went like 7 innings, 1 run yesterday. Good problem to have. They have 6 stud starting pitchers. And oh yeah, the offense is doing just fine. Trey Turner's on the IL. Cassie hasn't been doing anything. And yet they still have the best record in baseball. So, and Schwarber's injured too. Pirates might be a little overrated, man. It's just like their offense is just not very good. I want it to be good. O'Neal Cruz like over 162, just kind of exposed. Just really strikes out way too much. Kid Bryant's a nice player. He's not like I don't think he's even an above average player. He's kind of turned into solid. Pitching staff's really good though. Keller, Jones, Skeens, 3 really good players. Moving on to the Padres, probably a little bit underrated if I have to be honest with this team. People just because of last year were like, yeah, this team's probably not going to be much. I think they have a legitimate chance at making the playoffs. Slightly underrated just because of last year, what happened. And like losing Soto and stuff. Dylan Cease has been like really good for them, and Arise has been really good for them. Mariners are probably right and properly rated, but maybe even a little bit under. As far as I know, they're still in the lead in the West, I think. Everyone like ranked their pitching rotation as the best in baseball. I didn't. I said that the Phillies was better, and it's looking like that right now. We'll have to see. Their offense also still hasn't fully gone, like Julio hasn't gone. Giants a little overrated. All their acquisitions that we were so proud of them for making just like have not added up at all yet. It's just not good. Oh, the Cardinals just bad. I just don't know what's wrong with this team. People keep giving it, like putting their hope in them, but they have been putrid for like over a year now. I don't know what's wrong. Rays going, honestly, I'm going to put them in slightly underrated. I'm going to move the Red Sox actually to way underrated. Rays are just like always good, dude. Like I don't understand. Like this was the year where it's like, okay, they're not going to be any good anymore, right? Nope, they've been just fine. They're like right around 500. So here's the thing. I hate to do this. Rangers have to go in slightly overrated, maybe even super, because everyone expected them to be great. Now, if you watched any of my videos in the offseason, I told you they were not going to be great in the regular season. I thought they'd win like 90 games, but I knew that they wouldn't be stupendous because their pitching staff was so injured, and it was like second half of the year they were going to be fine again. Right now, I knew that they'd go through a rough stretch. I called that. And so I think they're a little bit overrated right now. Their offense is still fantastic. Twins, dude, I want to put them in overrated, but like they just went on the hot stretch. I'm going to do it because I still do not think this team is as good as everyone thinks they are. They got hot. We saw what they can do when everything is clicking for them. But will everything click for them all the time? Obviously not. You say that about any team, obviously. But the Twins especially, don't think this team is as good as everyone thinks they are. Blue Jays, This team is bad right now. They're down bad. All their hitters are doing horribly, except for like Justin Turner and Davis Schneider, of course. I don't know what happened with this team. The pitching's been fine. Barrios has been really good. But Vladdy, ever since 2021, he's just been like mid. I don't know what's up with them. Last but not least, in attitude, I'm going to put in underrated. I'm actually going to put in very underrated. This team can knock the ball around. CJ Abrams is really good. A young team that like Winker is like popping off for them. Trevor Williams has been really good. It's like there's no point in trading him away probably unless you're going for like a salary dump type thing. Nats have been like good, and it's kind of scary because like they still have Cruz and Wood and Hassel on the way. All right, that's the tier list of MLB teams as overrated or underrated. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe for more. See you guys in the next one next week. Have a great day.